What is going on YouTube? Thank you guys so much once again for joining us for another night of hot topics and social commentary. First things first, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Be sure to click the thumbs up button. Make sure to leave us a comment, give us some suggestions on what you guys want us to talk about. Also, give us some feedback on how you think we are doing. Last but not least, make sure you click the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. My co-hosts are back here with me, Mike, Jennifer, and Tyrone. How are you guys?
Hello.
Hello, so happy to be here.
Yes.
What up, y'all?
Wonderful. So first things first, I didn't discuss this with you guys, but happy birthday to Usher. Today is his birthday. I do not know how old he is, but happy birthday
43.
to... How old is he?
43.
43. Wow. Okay, so happy birthday to my fellow Libra. Jennifer, start us off with our first topic.
All right. Hello, my name is Jennifer McCullum. So happy to have all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to, give you all the topics. First, we're going to start off with Kyrie Irving. He's basically not going to be able to play basketball with the, was it the Brooklyn Nets?
Brooklyn Nets.
Ha, I got it right. With the Brooklyn Nets until he decides to get until he decides to get a vaccination. I'm just going to quickly say how I feel. I feel sorry for him. I hate that this is happening. I'm very torn when it comes to, whether or not to stand up for something that you believe in or to just alienate the things that you're doing, like basketball, to take a stand. It's just that the mandates were made for the state of New York, and we're just going to have to follow those mandates, whether they go along with what you want or not. One thing I can say that is sad before I let it go to you guys, speaking as a woman, somebody said if woman has the right to choose what they want, why does he have the right? And first of all, I would like to say there's a lot of women that still don't have that opportunity because in places like Texas, you're not able to get an abortion. So that's something that's still being fought for. And to be honest, I don't think this is on the same level.
Not at all.
At all.
Not at all.
But I really hate it for him. I feel for him. Just to make things clear, I am vaccinated personally, but that was my choice, just like it's his choice not to get it. And just like with every choice, it's just my opinion. Just like with every choice, there's a consequence and reaction. And if that's the consequence, then that's the consequence. It just is what it is. And if he's taking it, that's okay if that's what he wants to do. What you think, Jonathan?
I honestly do not know what his reasons are for not getting vaccinated. I probably should have looked that up, but I feel as though he's free to do whatever he feels he wants to do. Same thing goes with those people who are working in the medical field in New York that were told that they might be fired if they did not get vaccinated. So you take, whatever the guidelines are, you decide whether you're going to abide by those guidelines or not. You know what the consequences are if you don't. And if you don't abide by those guidelines, those consequences will happen. Those consequences will be done. So it's not like I feel bad for him because he's making this decision. He's decided that he's not going to get vaccinated. So I don't feel a need to feel bad for him because he's made his choice. So
yeah. He's a grown man.
Right. And so I think he's a grown man. He can decide to do whatever he feels is best for him. And he apparently feels like it's best that he not get vaccinated. So he's not going to get vaccinated. More power to him. He fully understands the consequences. I'm not going to be able to play. He knows the consequences to his decision. So the fact that he is okay with that, I think everybody else should be okay with it too.
Yeah.
I think you took the words right out of my brain, Jonathan, because he's not even making a big deal about it. I don't know why we're making a big deal about it, but he's not making a big deal about it this is what it is. I feel like if from the bottom, if you can't do it because you can't get vaccinated, the top should have the same rules also. So
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not much I have to say. I mean, he's not making a big deal about it. That's just a consequence of his actions.
I think so many of us are talking about it simply because it's money that we've never seen before. Like, to be honest, I would take a shot to get
I
my
would take a shot of whatever for that much money.
$380,000 per game.
Okay.
Right.
I'm getting
I'll
all
be
of
like
that.
every game. I'll be overdosed on the
Oh wait, give me the.
And actually, my mother just took the booster shot this past week.
Oh, my mother's gearing up for it too.
I'm about to take it too. Because go ahead and get me ready, prepared for the Christmas time and the holidays. Okay.
Oh, you're right, Tyrone. You're the straight man in the bunch. Won't you tell us? Talk to us. How do you feel about this? You're the one that actually watches basketball from time to time. I think you're more into football, but
okay, because Lord knows I don't.
Is he a big player like like a Michael Jordan or like a
not like a Jordan? He's just popular. That's it. That's it.
Oh, he's like LeBron James. Okay.
On the level.
Well, he won't be playing.
You know what's funny about this? LeBron got the shot though.
Yeah, and he said it's not my job to tell everybody else to get it. I got mine. God bless.
And I can respect him for however he put it. I mean, he said he's not following nobody, no leader. He's not doing it for no money. I mean, I would want him to get the shot because we helping your life and help somebody else's. But I mean, I respect him.
The reason why this thing blew up the way it did is because as an NBA player, you're looked at as a role model to kids. And when kids see these people that they look up to acting rebellious to whatever system that they no longer want to subscribe to, even though they originally subscribed to it, all the rules on the NBA has a weed rule. Ain't no smoking.
Not the reefer.
You can't do it. You follow that rule, but when the NBA say you need to take a shot to play, you don't want to take that rule. And now we just picking and choosing what we want to follow.
Just like you take every shot to go to fly to Africa. Nobody's asking what in them shots before you go to Africa.
Not at all.
So it's I see it's real picky and choosy, you know what I'm saying, of what you want to do. And also, one thing I think a lot of us continuously don't remember, especially as people that are not exactly making $380,000 per game, all these rich people already got the vaccine.
Yeah, a large portion of the rich have already
including
got the vaccine.
Former President Trump.
And it's not because they want to take it, because they want no checks to keep coming in.
Yeah, you want to still be alive to receive those checks.
Right.
Exactly.
If there was no serious threat, they would not be taking the vaccine.
And they wouldn't be seen taking the vaccine, and they wouldn't be requiring it as well.
And, another reason for them to be seen is it's publicity to keep their name going. Yeah. I mean, it is. Some people will say that's deplorable and say, hey, you're exploiting people's fears.
Oh, okay.
You're bending reality for your gain.
Yeah. And I think we all said it, I do believe that we are the people on the lower end of the spectrum as far as money is concerned. I guess we're a little bit more concerned about it for Kyrie than Kyrie's concerned about it because we haven't seen that kind of money in our bank account.
Yes, of course. And he'll be okay.
And
we're looking at the future.
We're looking at his future, and apparently, you know what I'm saying? Once again, we've all said it. He a grown man.
He might want to stay home.
Okay, let a grown man do what a grown man do. Maybe he might be building up his portfolio as well as building up his businesses like Shaq did. Shaq, when he had spent his first million, somebody told him to go ahead and start investing. He did that, and now he's making more, just as much, if not more, than when he was back in in the NBA. He's making way more money.
He owns stuff
So
that we don't know. I don't even know what it is.
Okay.
okay.
Funny thing
and
about
for all
business, man.
and for all we know, Kyrie, he may be doing the same thing. He ain't concerned.
He ain't
Speaking of
concerned because
coronavirus,
He may be concerned next
you
year,
know this
but
could be a write off for him, business wise.
for all we know. But
I
you
have
know, we go. Oh, go ahead.
and I just have a question. This is so off topic. I was thinking about it when we was going 30 seconds. I'm like, I'll just keep my mind in. Did y'all see the View when the lady was on the show? You know, Whoopi's back now, and you know, Whoopi has gained some weight,
Just a little bit.
just a little bit, and she called it the coronavirus weight. Which we all have gained. Well, I know I have, but I guess they had some pants on the show that it's like one size fits all pants, and Whoopi was like, hopefully, you know, if they can fit your coronavirus weight, then they can fit mine. And then the little skinny white lady said, and when you're done, take those pants off, and I can cut them in half and make two for me.
Yes.
Wow.
That's Barbara from Shark Tank.
I'm very surprised you saw that, Tyrone.
It's Barbara from Shark Tank.
So that's why you saw it. He likes that show.
I like Shark Tank.
But it's the expression for me that had me dying laughing.
I was like, well, to be honest, it's like, what did she say something to her earlier in the show or something? Like,
right. Where's all this shit coming from?
But Rossi got it right together, ain't it?
What did she say after that? Because
Rossi said, well, that dress, she says that dress been worn by two other celebrities on TV also. Something about her outfit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Why the shade?
There was some serious clapbacks.
Yeah, it was some clapback going on. Whoopi stayed quiet. You know, Whoopi cursed too much, but she didn't want to keep.
He was about to curse her out.
Yeah, she about to let her have it. The African American woman on the inside, her ancestors about to speak up and say something.
Right.
But anywho, let's move forward.
I'm
yes,
sorry.
we need to move forward. No, but we appreciate it. We certainly saw that, and
that was hilarious.
It gonna hurt my feelings. Like, what you talking about? Anyway,
no.
Oh, and here's one last thing. Did y'all see Dorit yell at Garcelle?
Garcelle said on Andy Cohen's show, this will be the first and last time she'll ever be yelling at me.
Let me tell you something. If somebody would have yelled at me the way Dorit yelled at her,
I'm talking. Let me finish.
And let me tell you something. I don't even watch that show. I only watch the clips on Instagram. Literally, okay. and if I were Garcelle, I would say in the lowest tone, so she would have to hush herself. Who in the entire F word do you think you're talking to?
Oh no, lower tone would have been out the window. I would
have kept it low because then you would have had to lower. She would have had to lower herself.
Let me get together, okay. Let me get you right together.
Okay, fold her up like a piece of paper. Yes, I would. But that was better
than Candace though.
But I think Garcelle just continued to do what she had to do to stay relevant and stay on that show good. Because it's that show that got her on the reel.
But Garcelle's been relevant. I think she was never. I know she's never been irrelevant.
But yeah, I like what's going on over there. I only watch those clips just for Garcelle. Yeah, anyway. Moving forward real quickly, you had Jonathan, you had an opinion that you wanted to give about the Dave Chappelle. You said you had an epiphany about the Dave Chappelle situation. It sounds like there are trans employees of Netflix that are in the process of wanting to leave soon if Dave Chappelle's situation ain't taken down.
Right. Yeah. So what came to me today, and we actually talked about it in my support group today, the fact that all right, so we can say that Dave Chappelle, he really didn't say anything bad about the LGBTQ plus community. At least that's what I feel. I did not feel like he said anything bad about us. That's why I was not offended whatsoever.
He just spoke the truth. Uncomfortable truths. That's all.
Exactly. But what came to my mind is the fact that, the way that Dave Chappelle set it up, yes, the baby murdered someone in Walmart and nothing happened, but he makes fun of this group of people and all of a sudden his career is over. And what came to my mind is the fact that, the fact that there are white people in the LGBTQ plus community makes it that so much more elevated, so much more attention is brought to that because of those white people who are in the LGBTQ plus community, who are fighting for our rights and who are, fist up and all that good stuff. They're the ones who are bringing attention to this. And so when you have, those white people in our LGBTQ plus community who are fighting so hard for us, when you have those people in those high places, then the story is going to get that much bigger because of that. So that's what came to my mind earlier today, is the fact that the fact that although we are a marginalized group of people, there's still a group of majority in that marginalized group of people who can make waves to make things happen.
You are incredibly right. I think that's the reason why so much is happening, right? Oh, Tyrone, go ahead. Say what you need to say. Turn on your mic so we can hear you, friend.
No, bro. Finish.
Oh, I was just saying I think that's why there's so much talk about it in the first place. Because if it was just a black thing, let's keep it real with ourselves, it would not go as far or as high. First of all, because Dave Chappelle is a black man that a lot of us respect. And we
Right.
could hear what he was trying to say, because this has happened previously when people were saying, oh man, he went too far on his other specials that he's had for Netflix. And when people listen to it, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It may have hurt some people, but he kept things very truthful to the world that we live in. Just because it's true doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. And people felt away, and people feel away now. And maybe I don't know. Maybe just the white people said, let's be done with this, and they're trying to get him out, but it don't look like Netflix is really budging on that. And
No.
I don't think they should.
I kind of feel the same. I don't think they should, also because it's. Go ahead, Tyrone. I'm sorry.
What you gonna say, Mike?
No, you can go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like, thank you, white people, for taking the stand this time, but we don't need you this time. Like, just let it go. For me, I think that's how we feel. That's how I feel. I feel like now we're fighting like you can't even say "hey" the correct way to hate people now. I just feel like it's getting more backlash for me than it is something positive coming out of it. Like, he didn't really go ham on the LGBTQ community. I don't think he can say anything horrible about the trans community. Like, he's a comedian, you guys. I just feel like comedians they're gonna stretch things to where they can stretch it, and it's not only about the LGBT. It's about black people, white people, things they shouldn't make fun of. But that's what they do. I'm sorry about that text message, but I don't feel like he did anything negative towards us. Is not. I don't
Anything
think
to
what
bash.
So I feel like now we're making an argument about whatever, and it's starting to come off like every time somebody says something about the LGBTQ plus ABCD community, we have to make a big deal about it, and I don't think that's right.
And at the same time, I also feel as though some people might think that, the way that Dave Chappelle said it, that he was condoning what the baby was saying. And I also think that's a mistake that people are making, that they feel as though he supports what the man was saying, or that he agrees with what
he was just simply.
Why is people reading so much into what a comedian is saying? If he's a comedian, guys, like, take it. It's supposed to be a funny thing. It's not so funny when you're living that life, but we know it's a joke,
and it's the
he
truth.
makes fun of not just gay people. He makes fun of everybody. So I think we're making a big deal about it. Like, the LGBTQ community making a big deal about it because we just want to make a big deal about it. And now I just feel like people are going to start saying, like, oh, I can't talk to you because you're too sensitive. Oh, I can't invite you here because you're too sensitive. I don't want anybody to say the wrong thing. It's starting to get to that place for me.
That's scary. What are you saying, Tyrone?
I am very disturbed at what I believe was my awakening moment of what happened. Dave Chappelle was being Dave Chappelle.
That's it. Yes.
And then you have an organization that seized this opportunity to make a name for themselves and push an agenda when they weren't the subject. They weren't the focus of the subject specifically. They stood up and said, he said this about transgenders. He did not say transgenders specifically.
Yeah, I didn't hear the word at all.
Their agenda was he said things about transgenders in the past, or allegedly said things about them in the past, and they took this opportunity. He said something about us. We're going to make it a point to get our agenda out there. That's what I saw after looking at things from a new lens.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're trying to cancel him, as he was talking about how y'all tried to cancel the baby.
Well, I think what that particular organization was referring to, I haven't seen the special myself, but I watched this this ET highlights reel of it, and he did mention something that J.K. Rowling said concerning the transgender community years ago, and I think he kind of backed her up on what she said concerning that, and I think that's what the transgender community was referring to as far as him being canceled.
I saw
now
that
that's
portion.
Say what?
And I saw that portion too. He mentioned what she said. He didn't say whether he was on her side or against it.
Gotcha.
And people assume that he was for it because he mentioned it.
Right. And the same thing goes with what he said about the baby. I think people assume that he that he supports what the baby was saying.
Well, how is he supporting the baby when you're talking about how he murdered somebody?
Right. And I think he was making a point how LGBT, you can't say anything about the LGBT community, and I think the point was not proven.
That's exactly the light that he shed on the situation.
Yeah, and I don't know how we even got away from that, like the point he made to all of this.
What I find interesting is this is a Black ran organization that came up. And so now you're making an even extra issue, bringing in the Black race into it.
Yeah,
now
it's
it's
getting to be
what's
like
happening to Black
now.
Yeah. So every time somebody say something now, you got to go through all of this.
Oh, he didn't say hey to me like he said hey to that straight person. Now we got to ruin cancel him. That's what it's getting for me.
And this is where he's shedding light on y'all are very sensitive.
Yeah, this is this is a lot. It's a lot. And the sensitivity does continuously come up. And at this point, it's starting to really look like a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what can we say eventually? But, we got to move forward.
One more thing. I hate that now that this is the subject surrounding that, now everybody wants to compare how what the African American community goes through generally when it comes to race in comparison to what the LGBT, specifically transgenders, are going through.
I ain't hear that comparison.
Now, I find that very interesting that y'all try to couple that into the same subject.
But that it still is two separate fights, both areas of oppression.
Right. But we can't ignore the similarities.
Yeah.
There are similarities, but to say, well, transgenders have it worse than Black people in general.
I believe they do.
I believe they do.
Because let's be real. Every time they walk into a situation, somebody's trying to clock them.
Every time they walk out the door, they have that hanging over their head.
That's the
thing. I'm gonna laugh at how Jennifer said clock them. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh because it's not funny, but
it's because I use the term.
Somebody trying to clock them.
A Black family moves into a predominantly white neighborhood and they walk out the door. They get the same look.
That's what. So what are you saying, Tyrone? Because it sounds like you're saying that the struggle is not the same. Let's be clear, because we are live and people are going to watch this.
Okay, what I'm saying is the struggle is the same.
Okay.
And they're saying the struggle isn't the same. They're trying to say
Okay.
their struggle is higher.
Thank you for clarifying yourself. As you can see, my husband does understand that the struggle is certainly there. He doesn't.
Absolutely.
He's
I'm
not a
not.
bad. He's not a bad straight black man. He hears you.
I see
We
you.
don't all totally understand, but we see and empathize because we'll never understand
Hey,
what
I
you're
don't
going
even
through.
understand sometimes.
We will
And I
never
probably
understand it.
disagree.
As a
But
heterosexual man, I can never understand what it is.
but we empathize and we hear you. You hear that? Everybody, put your hands to your ears. We hear you. We hear you. Let's move forward. All right. So we have Meek Mill, and I'm going to use the restroom on this one.
She's not interested in this, must be.
No, I do have things to say on this one.
I'm dead.
So with Meek Mill and his album cover. This is what's funny about this. Okay. This album cover was released and shown because it was a black woman that did the art for it. It was shown months ago with an S. Now that a white man, well, shoot, not as on a bus period because that's a bit much. It's like, okay,
It
guys,
is.
a
It
whole
definitely
entire
is.
bus full
Yeah.
of black women bending it over, busting it wide open,
Come
and
on,
naked.
people.
Like, that is a whole lot. Even if it was on a billboard and stuff, it's like it's one thing to have it on this little bitty piece
Packaging.
of paper, this little packaging, or this little square on your Spotify or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But to have it just, puss all out, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot. And there's this video of a white man saying, so is this how the black women, is this okay to you black women? Is this fine? And, there's a fine line. There's a fine line. That's how I'll put it. There's a fine line between art and exploitation. And it's like, this is what's funny. When it came out months ago, when there wasn't that much of an outrage about it, because it was on this much little bit of paper, I could see it. It's like, okay, I see what's going on here. African-American woman did it, so I guess it's all right. But you put it on a bus. A bus.
Yeah.
The puss the size of my hand. That's too much going on. And
So
that's where I
is
feel.
it actually a puss for real?
Yes! Pink and all. The girl was bent over and hoo-ha right there.
Yeah.
So
They could have dressed that up.
they could have, for the bus, at least for the bus.
At least for the bus.
And let's keep it real. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I automatically went back to the album cover for Kanye West, that Dark Twisted Fantasy album cover.
Yeah.
They covered up things.
Yeah.
But it was still all of that going on. So they could have covered something up for that bus. Okay.
And she's out. I got a lot to say. I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of the way. If you guys,
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, Tyrone.
I hate that this was coming from the person that it came from. And knowing that these buses are going through the poor neighborhoods, knowing that most of those neighborhoods have little kids running around outside. I agree. Is this how y'all want to be portrayed to your youth? Most African Americans will say, hey, I don't care. Because I raise my kids the way I want to raise my kids. Okay. But if your kids start doing crazy stuff and you're wondering where it came from, there are outside influences outside of your borders that you must filter for them. You can't expect the world to filter everything for you. And this is a prime example of the world not filtering anything. It's right there, dead in your face. What you gonna do about it? Are you gonna tell the bus system to take it off or not? And I'm done.
Well, where's the parents that have such a big deal about? Oh, here go the gays about to cry again. Me. Where's the parents who have such a big deal about Lil Nas X being naked on TV and kissing the man on TV and being in a big uproar? I want my kids to see this. Where's the parents with the same uproar about this album cover on the big ass bus?
It's because Black women and women in general have been oppressed in this way since forever. So people are desensitized and we're used to seeing it. That's why it was okay for me to accept from a Black artist, when I first saw it.
I mean, sex sells.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I
I
with cartoons.
I want to see, if I had a child, I don't know if I want my child to see a whole big old pink.
But see, that's
Peas.
why as parents, you have to censor as much as you can. And
Okay,
whatever
so
you can't, okay, and whatever you can't censor, you got to get ready to explain.
right. Yeah. You must
Well,
be
they already know
vigilant.
probably.
Like for me personally, I have no issues with the album cover itself. Nirvana had a famous album cover that had a naked baby on it. So, it's an album cover. So, artists are going to do whatever they want to do as far as the album covers are concerned. But, like everyone else is saying, like the fact that they put this on a bus, it's like, I equate that to a strip club advertising on a bus, like having scantily clad women on a pole advertising for their Friday night or for Mercedes Sundays. So
okay, Mercedes Sundays.
it's like why would they do this? It makes no sense to me. But like I understand, like he wants. I understand that he wants promo
in front of the bad stuff.
Yeah, they could have.
Right. Yeah. Like I understand that, it's promotion for his album, but this is
Too much.
Too much.
Well, okay. So instead of being mad at Meek Mill, why not the bus company?
No, it's Meek Mill and his
Meek
people.
Mill. Because they paid money to have those buses wrapped.
And
the bus company can say no, right?
They can.
They could say
but they
no,
like money
but
too.
They like the money too.
It's a panorama out there.
Okay.
And it's like, well, he's representing Philly, so we want to represent him too.
So let's just say this. I'm just trying to think hypothetically thinking. Always gonna come with the other side. If people buy the album anyway and the kids listen to the album, aren't they gonna see it anyway?
That is true, but
that's true. But they have a choice. They have a choice to buy the album to see it. People don't have a choice to see a bus driving down the street.
Because I'm driving up and down the street myself, and I'm getting on the bus. I got to see that.
Yeah.
You look at it. Somebody look at it.
I'm not laughing at this, but it's funny.
There's a booty
Anywho,
on the bus.
I've just never seen that in my dang here. I don't know if I ever will see it here.
We are running over. Let's hit our last little tidbit here. Let's talk about Lizzo and her outfit that she wore
to Cardi B's
birthday party.
It was a party, shawty.
No,
that was
once again,
her
birthday party was nice.
That was a
it's actually giving me ideas for future situations. Anywho, really? So, Lizzo, if you have not seen the picture, she is in a fully sheer dress. And when I saw it, I was like, all right, Lizzo, do you? And then, I understand why there's so much pressure coming from everybody because she is a full-figured woman and she's wearing a new dress and she feels fine just having her pasties on and drawers and having a sparkly new dress on, right? And then what took it to the next level, in my opinion, and a lot of people that's talking about this situation, is how we reacted to Rihanna wearing a dress like that versus Lizzo wearing a dress like that. Because when you looked at Rihanna, it's like, oh Lord, oh my gosh, she's so freaking stunning. And if you look at it, that's like one of the smallest sizes she's ever been, period. If you compare that picture back then, go ahead and Google it. We Googled it and it was on just Google Rihanna fashion award. And you'll see that picture. She looks absolutely amazing in it. But of course, she did have the right pictures too. I feel like Lizzo, the pictures that they took of her is just some stark pictures of paparazzi trying to see what it looked like.
Yeah,
So
just
it did not
random.
look as good as I believe it could have looked.
Let me just say this also. I'm trying to cut you off,
Go ahead
Jennifer.
and talk about it. Talk about it.
The paparazzi, because let me just say, they it's a picture of her going inside the party where she had heels on and everything. That picture is not the picture that's being exploited across the internet. Okay,
It's
the
not her
picture that's
best
being exploited is the one her leaving the party with no shoes on. You know, the tab is sweaty. You know, like she been lit all night.
because she was partying.
Right, but
Right.
what girl or what guy? Because I even took my shoes off
Who?
sometimes too. Wears their shoes the whole night after you've been getting drunk, standing up all
And
night.
free food, free liquor, enjoying. Come on.
So
Okay.
the
Oh.
picture is after the party, which it doesn't even matter to me. But
Whether you have a shared outfit or not.
right now, if you know me personally, you know I push the buttons when it comes to what a plus size big figure or whatever you want to call it wears. I wear see-through sheer.
Yes, you do.
You'll see everything from
Everything.
the tutor to the fruiter, whatever you want to call
All
it.
that.
All
Right.
that, okay? So anytime I see especially a bigger person do it, I'm always going to cheer them on. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm dumb. I know why people are making a big deal about it. Of course, she's a full-figured woman. Her breast does not sit up like. But at what age do your breast act? I mean, everybody doesn't have work done. She's
Exactly.
a natural woman, okay? This is what a natural woman looks like, okay? So for people who say are blasting her, I bet your baby mama probably just like Lizzo, or your mother look like Lizzo, or your grandmother look like Lizzo. So are you blasting them too? Like, let Lizzo live, okay?
Let
And
her
my
live.
thing is, Lizzo has way more money in the bank account than people who are talking bad about her. So while you talking about her and being a keyboard gangster, she's living her life.
Cash and
S
check.
part go, whatever, however you say it.
Being invited to Cardi B birthday party.
Right, Cardi B birthday.
Right.
Oh, you lucky she had clothes on.
Right. Yeah, I support Lizzo in her decision to wear that.
Yes.
I feel like I love that ponytail that she had. Like everything, it looked really good to me. I feel as though the issue here is that many people don't see plus size as flattering.
Beautiful.
And because
Mhm.
they don't see it as flattering, they then see it as disturbing. And when they see it
Disgusting.
as disturbing, then
I'll say
that's
it
when
like
they
it.
say, hold up, wait a minute, we don't want to see
You don't
that.
want to see that.
And so I feel as though we have to get to a point to where we change what is normal to us. What is flattering to us? What looks good to us? If we get out of this whole perfection thing and stop looking at these celebrities who have these perfect bodies as as the end all be all. Once we stop seeing that, then we'll be more open to seeing
And
larger
Lizzo
It's
is
not the
size.
helping
celebrities
that with
anymore.
that.
It's not the celebrities anymore. It's your person down the street, person 2 doors
Well,
down
yeah,
now.
that's true.
Everybody get their ass in boob job now. It's nothing now. So
Do you have any thoughts, Tyrone?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and give your thoughts
I
because we got to hurry up now.
I hate that this feels like the American people are trying to fat shame Lizzo versus slimmer, beautiful looking, magazine polished, marketing type persons that they're used to seeing in the magazine. People got to realize, like Jonathan was talking about, that's what people have forced you to look at
Mhm.
for all of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're getting a taste of something different, you're like,
All discombobulated.
that's not what I'm used to seeing. Well, open your eyes. Time to eat from a new buffet.
That is great. And let's move
well,
forward.
one thing before we move on, one more thing.
Okay.
So the reason I want to bring this up is because Halloween is coming right around the corner, and I decided what I'm going to be for Halloween, and it's going to be Lizzo.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Okay, I can't wait
love
to see
it.
that.
On Facebook, I tried my outfit on the other day. I have a wig in the back right now. So I'm going to recreate. I have 2 looks for Lizzo. I'm going to recreate the album cover, which is butt naked, but it's covered up though. Everything's covered up.
Yeah.
I'm recreating the album cover, and also I'm going to do a live, not live, but a live like a performance outfit where she shows almost everything. So I'm going to be Lizzo for Halloween. So just look forward to those outfits coming up.
That is too cute.
Yes.
All
That should
right.
be dope, man.
So I think I have a
Oh, it's gonna be
controversial
dope.
question before we get into our social thing. We are going far, but I do have a quick question because of a video that I saw today. Okay.
Ask away.
Okay, y'all.
What Candace Dillard? I don't know who said that.
Have you guys seen the things that Nicki Minaj has been doing lately?
Like going live?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know she went live with that boy.
Saucy Santana?
Well, him and another boy too, telling her like he could be in the studio. Do you think she's trying to cover up something, or what are you trying to say, Jennifer?
The only thing
that I heard about Nicki was something called blackfishing or something of that nature.
Oh yeah, it's somebody that she did a feature for, one of the girls from Little Mix. She basically likes African American culture and likes to be darker and likes to, it is blackfishing in my opinion. But of course, since this is a song that she's being featured on in the UK, she stuck up for the girl. But then again, say like months before have talked about blackfishing previously. So it's kind of like, okay, sis, like whatever the wind blows. But one thing that you know what she does when she starts to, okay, I'm sorry to do this, but it's so easy to compare her to Cardi B. Okay. So have you guys seen all of like the fashion week stuff that she did with her husband, wearing all those fashions literally right after she had her baby boy?
Okay.
I didn't see that, no.
She had a whole lot of editorial pics, a whole lot of avant-garde pieces that she's worn. I wish that Nicki Minaj could do the fashion stuff in pictures, and like it's one thing to talk on her show about random things or try to gaslight gay men, but I feel like her conversation isn't giving anything. Jonathan, I'm gonna have to send you a video
Okay.
to let you see what she talked about with Saucy Santana. Like, it's like she thought she was gonna get a whole, the gay girl situation, but she didn't receive it because Saucy Santana is about his music and he's about, getting stuff out. And when he said, "So when you gonna come, be on the track with me?" She's like, "Well," like she didn't think that that's where the conversation was gonna go. And then she asked him, "Are you beefing with Roland Ray?"
Oh Lord.
She said somebody else though. She said somebody else's friend.
But
she was calling Santana, like Roland Ray calling Santana.
Yeah, trying to gaslight the man.
Yep.
And I'm like, so what were you looking for here, ma'am? Because you're not going to get a conversation like he would with, when he's talking to Young Miami, because they're actually friends. You're not going to get a kiki.
Mm-hmm. It was still cute to be though. I still enjoyed it.
I thought, oh no, I felt away. It's like, what are you doing, Nicki Minaj? I feel like that fan. Do some music. Like,
I saw that video.
You saw that too?
And the fan was
that joke was too funny to me. Woo, that was too funny. I was I was too tickled.
But she
you walked right into that.
Somebody need to say that.
She walked right into that one.
Because she's not giving her fans anything, and I feel sorry for her real fans. Because I'm not really a fan. I did really enjoy her to Beat Me Up, Scotty. Because Jonathan made me listen to all that. But
I was a big Nicki Minaj fan. I even saw her live in 2009 at a club. So I was huge on Nicki because I love Little Kim like a baby,
Mhm.
like a fat kid loves cake. Back in the 90s, like I loved her so much. So when Nicki came out, like I was on her bandwagon like a mofo. But then she just fell off. And it's like, that's why I'm glad that, I really don't check for her like that now because I don't have that
Because you're going to
expectation
be
of her anymore.
disappointed.
For Lil
Exactly.
Kim or Nicki Minaj?
Nicki Minaj.
Dude, both of them
I
right
feel
now.
like she's doing good. I mean, she just had a baby. You guys, the baby just turned 1.
That is
She can't st-
non-musical stuff, sir.
I mean,
But-
she can't be putting out on every year.
We know Nicki for the musics, and she
Well,
ain't been
sometimes you gotta
doing the
take a break
music.
off. If we could take a break off from work because we got the money in our account, we would too.
But at the same time,
Mike, you have a
Nicki
great point.
Nicki's grown. If she doesn't, if
Yes.
she's not feeling the music right now, she
But why
got
can't
enough
she
don't
be
money
wanna
to
put-
live.
fashionable?
Huh?
Because why can't she be fashionable? Because even Beyonce, she got just really nice pictures of her just looking so beautiful. And when Nicki Minaj take pictures like that, just being cute, it's just cute. I want to see. Oh my gosh, look at what she's wearing. Yeah,
But
I don't
Nicki
think-
Nicki was never that fashion girl.
Yeah, she came
She
out
was
in a meet
never that
at
fashion
award
girl.
shows before, like in the early 2000s. She
I mean,
was
even
a
at the Met
staple,
Gala,
wasn't
she looked. Oof.
I think Nicki Minaj does what she does.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
just.
sitting at home, I
At
don't have to
home.
wear the fashion.
That's
when I
what
sit
she
at home.
does. She sits at home. That's what she does.
Well,
But
Beyonce
I don't blame her for sitting at home.
Yeah.
If I had that kind of money, I might do the same.
Sit at home in my leggings, my Fendi leggings. That's fashion.
She over there.
Okay.
She over
my
there with
Fendi
her,
leggings.
she over there singing Brandy sitting in my room.
Okay,
Okay.
I guess those
Okay.
are my desires for Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, that's
I
your
just-
desires, Jen. That's
I want more for her.
Yeah.
A lot of people want more for her, and she just not that girl that's gonna give it.
Which is why I listen to Doja Cat. Which is why I listen to. Oh, I love
And
Doja
I
Cat.
mean,
I love
every time I see
Doja
Cardi,
Cat.
I'm like, yes.
Cardi's new money. Nicki Minaj has been had the money now.
Say what?
Cardi is just new money.
Oh yeah, she is.
Nicki
Absolutely.
Minaj been in the game way longer than Cardi right now. Nicki Minaj
But I
been there,
wish
done that.
Nicki Minaj would do what Cardi do with her.
But I don't think Nicki Minaj, her thing when she came out, like she didn't have to do that. It wasn't fashion back then. We didn't care about
It
that. She
sure
came out with
wasn't.
leggings and a
Wait,
cheap
wait.
black and pink weave. Okay,
Okay.
like
Wait,
and a blunt bang.
and a
Time
blunt
out.
bang. Okay,
But I think it's
tag
just
on the play.
I
It's a
think
good
Nicki is
makeup.
just I think Nicki is just comfortable right now. I think she's just comfortable,
And that's
to be
okay.
honest.
Hold on.
she
Can
has
I
her
put
fan
this on
base
the
and
record?
everything.
No, because we don't got
Small
no
microscope.
time.
When Nicki came out, what MC, female MC, was really doing it big?
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody.
She had it for
Nobody.
10
Missy
years.
Nobody.
Elliott,
Nobody was doing it big. Missy was doing
Trina.
behind the scenes. Trina
No,
was not
no.
doing nothing.
My-
Okay.
We wish. But this is a different
Kaya
era.
wasn't
To be
doing
honest,
nothing.
I don't think we're going to see anything else from Nicki, to be honest with y'all.
She done, y'all.
She is not done.
I won't
She's
say
done.
she's done,
She is
but
not done.
I think she's
Done,
just
bro.
Her last
Okay.
album didn't really get
But-
the studio
She's
play.
done.
Her record plays she's double platinum.
No, I'm not saying about.
I ain't
I'm not saying
taking
anything
nothing
done
from that.
about
No.
what she's done previously. I'm talking about done as in making new music.
New music.
Oh no!
right.
I
Yeah, I don't
doubt
agree
it.
with that. I don't think she's
I doubt
done.
it. Nicki
I
Minaj
don't-
is not
I don't
done
think-
making music.
She
I
ain't
thought
gonna
she
make no more
something out
music.
soon because she's making so much like videos and stuff.
Because I mean, honestly,
I think she's trying to keep her name relevant.
that's it.
That's
She's
that's
Nicki
all I
Minaj.
see.
She wants
Yeah.
to stay relevant.
She's
It's like
just trying to-
Beyonce don't do much to stay relevant. I think she already has a Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Rihanna don't have to do nothing to stay relevant.
I think Nicki Minaj has to work just a little bit harder.
Yeah, she
I don't
does.
think so.
She does have to work harder.
Yeah,
She does.
She
Because-
absolutely has to
Because
work hard.
Beyonce can get 1 million likes on a picture like that.
Yes.
Like nothing. And she doesn't have to say a word.
Beyonce can
Singing.
drop a album tomorrow
Mhm.
at
And I will
midnight.
be at the store with my
It
last
will
dollar.
sell
Right.
platinum through the weekend. What do you mean? Nicki can't do that.
Beyonce can give us a glimpse of her farting. And we would be into that.
Mm.
Beyonce can make
Right there.
milk squirt out her nose laughing.
Right.
and everybody be sitting there
I would
thinking,
definitely
amazing.
be there front row.
This is
Such
amazing.
lovely Beyonce.
I
Okay.
never knew she had such a sense of humor. Come on.
I also did it myself.
So yes, yeah, Nicki, she has to work for that.
She has to work.
Nikki has to
She
work
does.
for that.
Matt is hard though. I don't feel like shit was that hard.
Oh, that's crazy.
Speaking of red flags, let's do it.
Look at you over here moving things forward. Okay. So if you guys have not listened to our last what do we call that? Show.
Episode? Oh.
Oh Lord, I was about to say last year.
Previously.
Our previous episode, we talked about the
Riding
first
your dudes
date,
at once down.
first date do's
Oh,
and
yes.
don'ts. That's what we talked about. And from
Yes.
that conversation, we decided to have some manifestation come into our lives. So I gave the boys, not this boy.
Not me. I'm already taken. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Anywho,
That was for-
anywho, I had the boys to go ahead and create a list of the things that they want from a relationship or a man. Well, I mean, a man, yeah. What they want from a man and what they don't want from a man. Basically, a do and don't column kind of thing, so that we can get more specific as to what we want. And today is the day. These young men have done their homework, and we're going to talk about what we have. So, Jonathan, you are first. What exactly? What do you have on your list? I would love for you to start out with the things that you don't want from a man.
Oh, for me. Okay. All right. So my main thing is I don't want jealousy. I don't want a man who gets jealous easily. And for me, like when I'm out and about, I don't notice people who notice me. And so
You
if
sure
my
don't.
man is so when my man is standing beside me and he sees other people that might be looking at me or looking my way, and if I possibly glance back at them, I don't need him thinking that there's something going on between us. I don't, and leaning on jealousy, I don't want a man who is insecure. I want my man to be secure about himself, knowing
Mhm.
that there is no other man out here for me but you. Know that I am not going to. I may look another way, but I won't take the action to do anything with said person. So yes, I need you to be secure about yourself. I also don't want someone who is messy. I keep
Mm.
a very tidy room. Things are always nice and neat. Back when I did have a car, my car was cleaned at all times. So to have someone who might not be so clean and tidy might be an issue for me, and also someone who is needy. I'm someone who likes my alone time. And so if
Yes.
you are the type who needs me to give you attention 100% of the day, it's not going down with me. I'm sorry. I will not be able to do it. I will not be able to give you all of my attention all of the time. I have friends, I have family, I have, other things that are going on in my life besides you. Yes, you are a pivotal part of my life. You play a pivotal role in my life. However, there are other things in my life that I have to deal with and I have to, take care of. So those were my don'ts. My
Mhm.
do's, I do want someone who is adventurous. I like someone who likes to do things on the fly from time to time. Even though I'm not necessarily that type to do things on the fly, I like someone who will be able to get me out of my shell, to get me out there to do those things that I wouldn't normally do. I also want someone who is sweet like my dad. My father is a Cancer, and so therefore he is a very sweet, very loving, and very nurturing. And I would love to see that in my husband, to have someone who has that kind of heart. And I'll pick one more because I have a couple of things listed down here. Someone who is into music. Music is very, very big part of my life. This is not a make it or break it type of thing. If you don't like music, it's not like I won't pursue you. But if we both enjoy music, I think that would be lovely. Now, here's the thing. I don't want someone who is like a great singer because those people like to sing all the time, and that will get on my last good nerve. So, he could have a voice like mine that's kind of, like a choir voice, not necessarily a soloist voice. But yes, someone who enjoys music. I would love that.
And can you, without an explanation, can you just give me the rest? Just list them off.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, because I definitely hold, please. Okay, so my other don'ts. Someone who is controlling. I don't stand for that whatsoever.
Mhm.
Non-communicative.
Yeah.
Someone who doesn't like to communicate, even though I'm bad at that as well. We both can't be bad at that at the same time.
Not
Um,
gonna work.
someone who's untrustworthy. I have to be able to trust you. Of course, that's a given.
Mhm.
Some of my other do's, I had goal oriented, and someone who is affectionate. I am a very affectionate person. I love to kiss. I love the hugs. I love the cuddling. I love all that stuff. That is extremely important to me. Affection. That's probably like top for me.
You know what? I like your list, Jonathan. The one thing that I think that you're gonna have to budge on is this messy.
I can live with that. I can kind of live with that.
Cause what naturally
Nobody's gonna
happens
clean like you clean.
exactly.
Right. Yeah.
And also like how a lot of us we have the yin and yang things in our relationships. And usually your yang is going to be the opposite. And that kind of creative person that you're looking for is going to be he's going to be messy. And that's just how it's going to happen. And that's going to
Okay.
be okay.
And
Always
I,
on the go.
I can live with that.
Yeah. You have a lot of good things, a lot of good specific things. Um yeah. I think you're on the right track, Jonathan. Mike, can we start with your negative ones, the things that you don't want?
Yes, for sure. I really took a serious thought about my past relationships and how I felt within those, and I wrote those on paper of my do's and my don'ts. So
Yes.
my do not want, I
Yes.
don't want to, I don't want to feel, I don't want to know that we're together, but feel by myself. I want to feel alone. So I don't want that. I need you to make me feel like we're together. No, no,
Hmm.
I need to feel that. Um, Makes my confidence low. I feel like I'm a very confident person, and I don't want you to knock it down to the ground and make me feel
Right.
like nothing.
How was this person doing that to you?
Just why are you doing that? Why are you going there? You don't need to be doing that. That's not good look for you. You know, I had
Mm.
that before. Like maybe I'm, and you start questioning yourself. Maybe I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's good. Go
yes.
ahead.
He's for everyone means he cheats. I don't want a cheater at all.
Mm-mm.
A user and abuser. I don't want
Mm.
neither of those. Um,
You had a call coming in.
Hello,
There you go.
can you
I can
guys
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You're still there.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, he
Yes.
can't hear us.
Yeah.
You can't hear
Yeah.
him?
We're still here.
He
Oh.
shall
Okay.
return
More than
shortly.
likely he couldn't hear us. But
And when he does,
when a phone call comes in, it takes the audio away.
Yeah.
But
That's all right.
yeah,
Well.
I was just gonna
So.
say like the things that Mike has been talking about that came from that came from experience. That's those are some major things that he's talking.
Oh my
Because
God!
whenever he
Somebody
coming, he
call
always
me.
coming.
Uh,
whoa.
somebody called me. I do apologize, but
That's okay.
It's all right, Mike.
my next one be going real fast. I know it's time. Um, Someone who is definitely wrong, but makes me feel like I'm the wrong one. Um,
Mm.
I don't like that at all. Like I know I
Manipulation.
wasn't wrong, but you're making me feel like I'm the one that's wrong. And I do not want someone who's not God fearing.
Okay.
So those are my
Ooh, agreed.
don'ts.
I need you to write down. Do you have a pen with you?
No, it's in my room where I did everything.
Okay, don't worry about it. I'll just text it to you. Just we need you to write down the word manipulator.
Manipulator.
Yeah.
That covers a lot. That
Yeah.
actually
Hmm.
covers the bulk of your list of
Mhm.
don't.
Yes.
So no
Oh,
manipulators.
actually, I had that wrote down. Actually,
Okay, good.
Oh.
I had
Okay.
that wrote down.
Yeah.
So you basically don't want a manipulator, and
I
that's really
don't.
horrible, because I feel like you've gotten with some incomplete men, because
Well,
for a
yes.
person to constantly be concerned about what you are and are not doing, and then make you feel away for the choices that you're making as a man, as your own grown man, like that's not cool. Let's go to your
Yes.
positive ones. What do you want?
My positives are: I don't want anybody who's in the closet. I don't need you to be open. I don't need you to be scared to be with me at all.
Out,
So I need to
yes.
be out. Makes me feel loved. Also shows me that he loves me. I
Mhm.
need it's more than just a word. I need you to have a feeling behind it. So you need to show me.
PDA.
Won't embarrass me in public. I need somebody who's going to always respect me at all times. Even if he wants to tell me to shut the F up, he's gonna pull me to the side and do that.
Okay, so let's start off with the show love. Let's be specific about that. When you say show love, are we talking about PDA or just showing love through
Not
the
really
action?
PDA. You ever been out with somebody? You just feel
Yeah.
like, I really don't feel like I don't feel anything. Like I don't. But when you're in, I want to feel like I don't have to worry about. I know that this man likes
Yes,
me. I know
because I
it's a
see,
feeling behind it. It's not a. It's you don't even have to say
Right.
it. I can feel it. So
understood.
it's hard to put in words because. But
I think show love is as good as that's
Yeah.
gonna get, but I understand what you mean by that now. That's really awesome. And also somebody that won't embarrass you. Somebody like I guess I'm looking for like a situation. So like if y'all are out or whatever,
yeah,
he
you're not gonna
wants
be
to,
hollering at somebody right beside me.
oh
Like, don't
no,
be.
that but see that goes along with the
That,
show
yeah.
love. So you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about that.
And
So I
disrespectful.
think but not embarrass you. I think what do you, okay. So was the embarrassment was mostly about cheating?
Mm.
Well, no. And it
Okay.
could be like just doing things in public, like that was not really something you should be doing as a reunion relationship. Like,
Like what?
I shouldn't be seeing you touch somebody else, but I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be like. Just conversations you might have should be inappropriate.
Yeah, that's what the show love.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Because a person that loves you wouldn't be doing that automatically.
yeah.
Right.
So but I think we can equate the embarrassment by like, moments where we're drunk and like doing the most. I feel like, ooh, Mike, I feel like you are looking for that man that would okay, more or less take care of you in a party situation. Somebody
Not
that
a party
doesn't.
situation. I mean, in every aspect of my life, I would hope. I need you to
No,
feel.
what I'm saying is like if you're out and about, it's that extra care that comes because I think your husband is not really a drinker man like that. I think he may get high, but he's not like really
I
a
can see that.
drinker
Usually, people I
like
talk to don't
that.
like to drink even more smoke,
Yeah. So
and I
when
don't
you
smoke.
guys
But
are out there and he knows that you like to drink, it makes me think about a time where myself and my brother got you to your car.
oh god, ugh.
and, and,
Oh my.
and you were
Then I
walking
was early 20s then.
you were walking like Beyonce to your car,
That's all
and
right. No judgment. No
I
judgment at
mean you
all.
flowed to the floor in the most
I
effortless
really
way.
forgot about that night. Until you brought it up just now, but I was like 28, 22.
It was a fun time though, regardless. It was a
Yeah,
really
but
great
I'm
time.
not doing like that no more. Now
it
I was
sounds like
young.
Jennifer. It sounds like Jennifer is saying you need a Jennifer. Because Jennifer takes care of people. If she's
Yeah,
sober and other people are like, kind of lit,
shoot, even if I'm a
when
little tipsy.
right, when Jennifer and I went to Philadelphia together for the first time, yeah, Kevin was, he got a little tipsy, and
I can get
Jennifer was
yes.
on him. She was like, okay, making sure he went to the bathroom, making sure he left the hotel because we were in someone else's hotel room.
Oh
So
Lord.
Jennifer takes
Making sure he
care
got
of,
home.
Right.
And,
Yeah. Jennifer takes care of people when they're drunk.
who
So I
got his
think that's
Uber?
what Jennifer is trying to get to.
And
She's
I
a
was
nurturer.
and I was let me tell you something. I had like I drank somebody else's bottle, the whole bottle. I'm sorry, Tamika, of Red Velvet Nouveau on ice.
Ooh.
Yes.
And
Nouveau?
I'm telling, I was feeling great. And I had it in a styrofoam cup with the ice and everything.
Oh.
Who got a
Child.
styrofoam back in the
Yes.
ghetto?
Oh, but you
Yeah.
know a styrofoam cup keep everything cold,
Cold too.
real
Yeah.
cold.
Okay. Yes.
And
Refrigeration.
child, I was lit, but it's like I wasn't going to let him. We were in her room, and it's like we were trying to evacuate the room slowly because when you're a little lifted, it's a little difficult to get out there. And they were stuck in the bathroom. I was like, "Come on, all right, yeah, that's good. Okay, now I need you to help him get downstairs now."
I
Okay,
still cannot
so
believe you remember that night. I forgot about that night until you brought it up just now.
it's a highlight of my life, friend. Anywho,
Oh my God. It's a blur for me.
it was a good night. That's all I can say. It
It
was a
was.
good
It was a good
night.
night.
So let's use the word nurturer.
Nurturer. I do have protector, provider on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allows
Nurture
me to be
is a good
me.
addition.
Of
Mhm.
course, because
Yes.
that's a part of that love. That love is going to be
Yes.
for you. Yes.
I also say pray together. It's something about
Hey,
prayer. Like those
something
deep
about
prayers when
that.
you pray with somebody. And I do love that. I haven't
That's
done it with a
good.
man yet, but like friends or so whatever,
Yeah.
it's been deep.
Yeah.
Friend, you need
Motivates
that
me,
song.
and then also hygiene. And I put that covers everything like teeth, smell, clothes. They look. I mean, you don't have to ever do
Yeah.
expensive stuff, but look presentable.
So I think I've seen him.
Well, I haven't. Where he at?
You haven't met him yet.
Well, I know I haven't met him yet because he has not met me.
Yeah,
So
because
I had to-
no,
Hold
gosh,
on.
there will be such a beacon of light on him for you. You're going to
You
be
said
drawn
deacon or beacon?
beacon,
Oh, thank God.
and you're going to be drawn to him like a moth to a flame. It's going to be
Okay.
it's going to be
Like a moth
something
to a
else.
flame burned by the fire.
Come on, Janet.
My love is blind. Can you see my
You see my
desire?
desire. That's the way
That's
love
the
goes.
way love goes. That's the way love goes. That's the way love. That's the way love. That's the way love. That's the way.
Come on and whisper for me. Yes.
All the ways.
whisper.
That's the way love
But
goes.
yes,
That's the way
this
you
man,
go.
this man that you're going to be with, he is confident in himself and he knows himself.
Yes.
This man that you're going to be with, he the reason why I'm giving you so much attention because Jonathan already heard his before.
Yeah.
So we're just want to let the world know we're not leaving Jonathan out. We've already told him about his. He's already dreamt about his. It's just that he just needs to be patient. There's more
Right.
more stuff he does
Lord
need to
have
go through
mercy.
before he
Patience.
gets to that space. But you, Mike, you're a little bit more closer. Excuse me, you're a little bit closer to yours. I feel like he's going to be one of those men that's going to be so strong and so down to earth as well as solid in who he is as a man and who he is as a gay man, a gay black man.
Yes.
And when it
Yes.
comes to dating you, there's going to be a confidence that you've never experienced from any man that you've ever dated before. And you will know that there will be a difference. You will know that this is the one. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that you know because somebody
I'm talking,
already
that's
told you.
crazy. That sounds crazy.
Right.
But
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I'll be in love with myself in the bedroom. And look, I can't the next date. I'm so in love with him, but he won't know that.
He don't need to know that.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Tyrone?
Can I have a sidebar with you?
Oh,
For a
Jesus.
sec.
Sure.
We'll be right back.
While they're having
Like
a
a moth to the flame
sidebar.
burned by the fire. Our love is blind. Can you see my desire? And then I'm gonna tell him, let's wait a while before.
I'm surprised you know some Janet since she was hating on her. So
You know, if no, I don't hate on. I never said I didn't like the music. I said she wouldn't be who she was with her last name.
okay.
But you know, she has some hits back in the early '90s. I mean, I wouldn't say anything after that.
Well, she did have a hit in the early 2000s.
What song was that?
All for You.
Oh, all for you. That was the
Yeah,
only hit she had in the 2000 period.
it was, but hey, it was a hit. Okay, it was a number one.
It was a number one. And she tried to do the thing with
Yes,
Kaya,
and
but it ain't going away either.
don't get
I
me
like
started on
Kaya.
Kaya Child.
I love me some Kaya now.
I mean, I like her song "Don't Trust No Nigga No." Like that's probably the only song that I like from
Oh
her.
no, you don't like Kate Wayne with it. Don't
I do
trust.
like King Wayne. Yeah,
Steer.
I've never heard that
Child.
one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Child.
Uh-oh. Did y'all go ahead and manifest that man?
The conversation that we had was pretty much comparing what we saw, and we saw the same man. He is certainly kind of a preppy kind of dresser. I saw fancy shirts. I saw bow ties. I saw really nice ties and stuff like that. And when you guys dress up and go out together, it's just a whole oof. My
It's a
God.
vibe.
We
It's
compliment each
yes.
other.
Yes, and he has no problem with how you dress. He actually encourages it because you are being you. And he sees what I see when I see you. Fashion, style,
Because you are
and
fashion.
different. You doing things that nobody has courage to do. And he respects that. This man is tall. This man is more like my complexion.
Oh,
He's bald and Tyrone
see
said
a
he saw a
doctor.
beard.
Well, fine, you have to
I
be a
don't know.
doctor.
But to be
Pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals.
pharmaceuticals, that's
Illegal
one
or illegal?
legal,
Legal.
because the Lord ain't gonna put that stress in your life.
Okay, because I was
Okay.
But we're saying these things from what we see, the vision,
Yes.
and
They
when
get
you
a
talked
timeline.
about this man, I saw just a confident man that knows who he is and that is ready to share his love with somebody that's ready to share that same love back to him. He's
Right.
dealt with as many fools as you've dealt with.
Ooh.
So the
So we both tired and drained.
yes,
Okay.
y'all gonna come for
Tired.
each other tired, okay?
So
And
did he manifest a timeline for you in that situation?
just know it's
Just
coming.
wait on it.
Just you got to be patient and just know, because just like I said, when you see him,
I wouldn't know it.
You
and
gonna
he's gonna smell good.
No.
He's like a gentleman. Like he's
Like-
gonna smell good. All I saw him
got the
sitting down
perfect
chilling
moment.
with the little shirt open just a little bit, smoking his weed.
I got the perfect
The
moment.
house party person that I'm seeing on the court.
It's gonna be like what's the name? Alicia Keys song.
Oh, you don't know my name.
You don't know about it. You gonna have
My
that
name
moment.
is Michael.
But
my phone breaking. Hold on, what you say? Okay, I'm back. Fine.
hello, can you hear me now?
Hello, I saw you the
Hello,
other day.
it's me. I'm gonna send that.
I made
I
you a
was
drink.
wondering if the
You were
roses
getting
like,
glasses
you were
in the
glasses too?
eyeglass shop.
Oh.
But yes,
Okay, so he can be smoking a blunt when I meet him with his. And well, I am going to the Halloween party on the 30th, like Lizzo.
Hey.
you never know, but he's just a real chill man. A
That'd be
quiet
good.
situation. It's like a yin to your yang when it comes to talking and being out loud. He's going to enjoy the conversation, but he's not going to be as upfront as you would be. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's because of what he's dealt with in the past.
Mhm.
He's dealt with some pretenders.
But he's
Gotcha.
out. He's proud. He's happy, and has no problem continuing to be himself. And
And I feel like he can cook too.
I felt that too. He's just a real all around good fella. The
See
man
him
that
South
you've
Carolina,
been
I need to
deserving.
move.
Huh? What's that?
In
You
South
said you need to
Carolina?
move?
Because this on someone's mind in South Carolina.
It's the man that I'm speaking of sounds like you may need to move. That's all I got to say. But it's going to be easy for you because it's him.
Where would you like to move?
Good question.
Last week, me and my coworker from my old job, she lives across the street, and I haven't seen her since I quit the job actually. And I saw her last week, and we just having a little conversation, and she was just saying, "I'm thinking about moving to Atlanta. You and Stevie, we should also move together." And I'm like, "Girl, I'm thinking about moving out of state," but I said I just really haven't put no thought to it. She said we can. I said you can room together, and she said you can bring the dog, and
Because you need somebody to come out here with. Let's keep it
yes,
funky when
and
it comes to
I
the
can
money.
trust her. Like I do know that she'll mind her business, not my mind. You can do what you do, and I do what I do. But that was really she said about February, but I don't know if I'll be ready by February. But it was definitely a thought. Excuse me.
I am in agreement. What does your Shando say?
Hold on. Should we end the show and talk this offline?
Oh yeah, let's. Oh, I'm sorry. We out here sharing pants. I'm sorry. Okay, so when you get with that man, whether it be a month from now or a year from now, we'll give the update and we'll hold this particular video close to our hearts.
Yes.
And everybody, give us comments. Let us know how you feel about all of the things that we spoke about today. We really appreciate it. Jonathan, go on ahead. Go close us out.
Subscribe.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, click the thumbs up button, and press that notification bell. Mike, go ahead and give out your social media.
My social
rest of
media
your
for that
business.
man that's looking for me out there. My social media
That's
is
right.
Mr. Real 121. That's MRREAL121. If you don't have Instagram, I also have a Twitter, MRREAL121. If you don't have a Twitter, I do have an email, which I know you do have, MRREAL121 at iCloud.com. I'll be waiting for you.
All right. Jennifer and Tyrone, your social media.
My social media is at JStarBright. You can also find me. You can go to JStarBright, right? On Instagram as well. I don't really post on Twitter or anything, but I'm pretty much JStarBright across the board. And if you would like to see all the platforms that we're on, as far as our praying podcast, we're praying, as well as all the great stuff we're doing with our Faithful Word Ministries and all the other platforms that we have. You can check my description in the Instagram. It has my link tree. You'll have all of my links that you need. And for Tyrone,
I am Mr. TD McCullum. Facebook, Instagram. Come holla at me if you need some video editing.
yes,
I do it.
and he does it very well. God bless you.
Make some beats.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And my Instagram is Jojo_3020. You can also find me on Facebook. Just type in Jonathan Lee, JONATHAN, Lee, LEE, and you shall find me. So make sure you guys come back here next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. And we'll say bye-bye for now. Bye, y'all.
Bye.